Before we start, I want to point out that I don't mean to flat out persecute XAML. There are pros and cons to XAML and JSON, just like everything else. So now that I've given you that disclaimer, let's look at some code. So what we have in front of us is two different PHP files. They both pull from a records file. The one on the left uses JSON, the one on the right uses XAML. Just by comparing the construct methods, we can already tell that one is more complicated than the other. JSON is clearly more simple. All you do is specify the path where your JSON file lies, file get contents to that path into a string, and then JSON decode that string into an array. It's as easy as that. It turns it into an array that's easily manipulated and easily read. Using XAML, we actually have to pull the contents of the XAML file out and then convert that XAML contents into a simple XAML string, and then we turn that string with JSON encode into JSON, and then we take that JSON created from XAML and turn that into an array using JSON decode, which is just two more steps than the purely JSON file uses. And on top of that, the array that comes from the XAML is much more convoluted and harder to work with than the super simple array that comes from the JSON. Now we're going to get back to poo-pooing on XAML later, but right now we're going to talk about manipulating the JSON. Now since we loaded our JSON into an array, it makes it really easy to manipulate. It's the same as manipulating any other array. The only caveat would be that you have to be careful about not messing with the keys of the array, because it won't load back into JSON well if you do that. So only make sure you mess with the values of the array, not the keys. Now here in front of us we have functions that each delete, alter, and add to that array. And this one reads from it. And again, manipulating that array is the same as manipulating that JSON, because as we're about to talk about, we're going to load that array directly into our JSON file. So since I said that, it's time that we look at how we load that array back into our JSON file. And it's literally 2 lines of code. We take our array, we encode it back into JSON in this variable, and then we take that JSON and we file put contents it back into our JSON file, which is specified by this path variable that we defined up here. And that's it. Now let's look at how hard it is in XAML to load that XAML back into the file right. This is the destruct method for the XAML PHP file. We actually have to build the PHP using for each loops and XAML tags that we actually have to write out ourselves. And it gets kind of annoying getting it perfect. Looking at this and then looking at this, I think it's a pretty easy choice deciding which one you would want to work with. And that's my convincing tutorial of how to get over XAML and start using JSON. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm going to leave some links to some more knowledge down in the description. Please check it out. Don't subscribe. I'm never making another video again. This is for school. Thank you. My name is Matthew Vaughn.